Welcome to the Bold Encourager. I'm Rebecca. Today I will tell you what a Daniel fast is. I will share recipes for a Daniel fast, and I will also tell you why you should do the Daniel fast. So please stay tuned. Okay, first things first. What is a Daniel fast? Some of you might be asking that, or some of you might know already or heard of the Daniel fast. So, a Daniel fast is a partial fast of certain foods. And that includes no meat, no caffeine, no sugar, no sweeteners. So basically what is allowed, right? You're allowed to use fruits, vegetables. It's basically a plant-based diet. Beans, brown rice, whole grains, but no bread because it can't have any yeast in it, and no dairy. So that's out too. Sorry. And also you can use healthy oils such as coconut oil, coconut oil, olive oil. You can also use avocado oil, so all those healthy ones, seasoning on your food. You can also, it's completely up to you it's whatever you feel suits your needs best. If you want to do the coffee and the tea, I'll be honest, I do still drink coffee, but instead of using creamer I'm a big time creamer person, I use almond milk or coconut milk because that is also okay. You can actually drink coconut, almond milk, or fruit juice that is from the actual fruit or vegetable juice. So it's a pretty restrictive fast. It's mainly more recognized in the Christian community because it is acknowledged in the Bible as it was Daniel who fasted in the Bible. But it also can be used as a diet option if you're trying to go plant-based. So these recipes are for anyone that's in a Daniel fast or wanting to be very healthy and do plant-based. So it's definitely a video that everybody can benefit from. I think that it's a great fast. I surprisingly have enjoyed it because I do like meat a lot, so I'm surprised that it's been going well. So I would say that there's a couple options on how you want to do it. There's the 10-day fast or the 21-day fast. So it's up to you what you feel like. So please stick with me. Next segment is going to be the Daniel Fest recipes. They can be actually meal prepped because of the way that they are organized. So definitely someone who's very busy, that doesn't have time, can also benefit from this. So the first recipe is a pan-fried oatmeal topped with bananas, raisins, and pecans. First you want to add 1 cup of oatmeal. Then you want to add 1 cup of almond milk. Then you want to add 1 cup of water. Then 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And a dash of salt. You're going to stir that all up and you let it come to a boil. When it gets to a boil, lower the heat, put the oatmeal in an 8-inch pan. Put it in the fridge for 2 to 3 hours. You can also put it in the fridge overnight. Now you want to cut up 1 banana after it's done from being in the fridge. You're going to cut the oatmeal into 4 slices because this will be 4 meals. I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of coconut oil on a pan. Now you're going to take 1 slice of oatmeal. I cut it up into 2 and then put all the bananas on the pan. Now add some pecans. I'm gonna flip it a couple times to your liking, but you would want to cook this for about 5 to 10 minutes. It's usually based on what consistency you want it at. Now you want to add some raisins. This is just to add a natural sweetener. And look how amazing that turned out. And it was actually really yummy. Now we're going to make a bean burger and some fries for lunch. So we'll start with the fries first. Peel 1 potato. Now cut them into fries. You can kind of cut them in a skinny style, or if you want steak fries, you'd want them a little thicker. Now we're going to soak the fries in water. Soak it for 1 hour. This is to allow it to remove all the starch. Now we're going to make the burgers. First, you want to take 1 1/3 cup of oats to a blender and then blend it into powder. I recommend doing this first. Then add a can of black beans and then blend. Add 1 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder. Add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Add a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Cut up yellow, red, and orange peppers, the mini ones. Then add a 1/2 cup of corn, then stir and refrigerate for 15 minutes. Now you want to drain your fries and pat them dry with the paper towel. Add 1 tablespoon of olive oil to the fries and shake. Add the seasoning of your choice. I use Old Bay seasoning. Bake in the oven at 375 degrees for 30 minutes or in the air fryer at 375 degrees for 13 to 15 minutes. Pull the bean mixture out of the fridge and form 2 patties. Then put them in the oven with the fries at 375 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes, or you can put them in the air fryer for 15 minutes at the same temperature. You can top the bean burger with avocado and tomato, and it was delicious. Now we're going to make dinner, the taco brown rice. First you want to dice 1 onion. Then you want to dice 3 mini peppers or 1 large pepper. We will be using an Instant Pot to cook this recipe. You can also use a crock pot if you'd like, if you don't happen to have an Instant Pot. Now you want to set the Instant Pot to saute. Now you want to add a 1/2 tablespoon of olive oil. You want to saute it for 2 to 3 minutes until it is softened. Saute 1 teaspoon of minced garlic for 1 minute. Add 6 cups of water. Add 1 cup of dried pinto beans. Add 2 cups of brown rice and submerge rice gently with spoon, but do not stir. Set for high pressure for 24 minutes. Once the cooking time is done, let the pressure release naturally. Now I'm going to make the taco seasoning: a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, which is not pictured, a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano or Italian seasoning. Now add all the ingredients together. You can add 1 teaspoon per bowl. You want to stir 2 tablespoons of salsa per serving. I topped my taco rice with tomatoes and avocado. It was very yummy. Okay, so I just did the Daniel fast recipes. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you followed along with me, and I hope you really liked them. I definitely think the Daniel fast recipes are really easy and really good. Now, last thing I'm going to cover. Why do the Daniel fast? Okay, so I kind of covered it a little bit on when I was defining the Daniel fast. It's for fasting, if you're trying to fast for your Christian beliefs. Also, you can do it if you're trying to just go on a diet, because if you want to do plant-based, it's very much close to it. It also has really good health benefits. So there's, no inflammation, all of you know, for plant-based diets, there's a lot of health benefits. They have found that there's a lot of issues associated with eating meat and all of that. And of course you can't drink alcohol on the diet either, sorry. So there's a lot of health benefits to it for sure. Definitely recommend it. If you are of course, changing your diet or doing something like this, you need to speak to your doctor, make sure it's okay. I don't know if you have any underlying health issues. So if there is for any reason that you do, definitely talk to your doctor before you do this fast. So where it originated, I do want to share that with you. There's scripture that is on the Bible app that if you don't have a Bible, you can go on that Bible app, and this is scripture of where it came from. And I'm going to read them to you so you see why it originated in the Christian community, and kind of make a decision on, is this a fast that you want to do? So this one, the first set of verses in Daniel comes from Daniel 1:5-6. So the king assigned them a daily ration of food and wine from his own kitchens. They were to be trained for 3 years, and they would enter the royal service. Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah were 4 of the young men chosen, all from the tribe of Judah. Yeah, I can't. Sorry. But yeah, so they were chosen, and then on 8, when you can skip over to 8, verse 8, and Daniel was determined not to defile himself by eating the food and wine given to them by the king. He asked the chef or staff for permission not to eat these unacceptable foods. Now God had given the chief of staff both respect and affection for Daniel, but he responded, I am afraid of my lord the king, who has ordered that you eat this food and wine. If you become pale and thin, guaranteed to the other youths your age, I'm afraid your king will have me beheaded. Daniel spoke with the attendant who had been appointed by the chief of staff to look after Daniel, Hanani, Mishael, and Azariah. Please test us for 10 days on a diet of vegetables and water, Daniel said. At the end of the 10 days, see how we look compared to the other young men who are eating the king's food. Then make your decision in light of what you see. The attendant agreed for Daniel's suggestion and tested them for 10 days. At the end of the 10 days, Daniel and his 3 friends looked healthier and both nourished than the young men who had been eating the food assigned by the king. So that's Daniel 1:8-15, New Living Translation, and the first half, like the first section of the verse, was Daniel 1:5-6. The only other part of Daniel that mentions the fast and why there's the option for 21 days versus 10 days is Daniel 10:2-3. Says, when this vision came to me, I, Daniel, had been in mourning for 3 whole weeks. All that time I had eaten no rich food. No meat or wine crossed my lips. And I used no fragrant lotions until those 3 weeks had passed. So that's essentially where the Daniel fast came from. Very biblical. But don't let that scare you off if you're not a Christian. It's definitely, they saw a change in his, like, the way he looked and the way his friends looked. It was like essentially like, wow, everybody thought they had to eat meat and like really heavy wine and stuff like that to look like a strong, burly guy. And they were wrong. They thought he was going to be pale and thin, but actually they were actually very good looking after those diets. So hopefully, if you're doing it as a diet, you see that. And I think it's just a matter of perspective. For me, is definitely to draw nearer to God. And if that's what you're doing it for, bravo. Because it is essentially, you will see change in your life. I promise you this. I have seen a lot of change in my life. I totally think it is life-changing to do this fast. So I encourage you to do it with me if you can. And I'm not about, it's not about broadcasting it to everyone. It's just to share the meals and the recipes, encourage you. I think that it is definitely something that you will benefit from in so many ways. So health-wise, spiritually, as well as, healthy spiritually, as well as maybe even mentally, and I would say, because your mental state is affected by the way you feel, and this does make you feel so much better about your health and you feel good. So, you know, I am a big advocate of body, mind, and soul. I think all of them work well together. So if you got all three of them going in the right direction, you're gonna feel like a great difference in your life. So I hope that you are enjoying all my videos. Just so you know, every Friday I will be posting a YouTube video. Just expect it around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I just want to tell you, all of you, I just want to thank you for all your support, everyone that does watch the videos, that likes, comments, and subscribe. It just makes it better for these videos to get out to other people. So I just want to share life, love, encouragement with everyone. So please do, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost anything, and please do like and comment as well. So thank you so much, everyone. I love you guys. I hope you're doing really well, and if you need to reach out or talk to me, please do send me a message on my Instagram or my Facebook. Those links are also on my About Me page, but it is at the Bold Encourager. So thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day.